Going on, Jerome's absolutely fired up the Minnesota Vikings. Put it on the table, made a big-time move, signing future Hall of Fame cornerback Stephon Gilmore, two-time first-team All-Pro, 2019 Defensive Player of the Year, five-time Pro Bowler. Can still do the damn thing at an advanced age, 33 years young. Also, the deal, $7 million guaranteed, up to $10 million bucks. That's a steal, baby. That's an absolute steal, man. And somewhere right now, Brian Flores gotta be fired up, man. Of course, he and Gilmore were together for a couple years, won a Super Bowl. It's pretty damn fantastic, and it is Happy Gilmore. That's right. I don't know why we had to do Flores this dirty. Kind of sick, Chubbs. Anyways, but the Vikings defensive back room suddenly got pretty damn interesting. Now, they haven't announced a corresponding move as of yet, so the Vikings could have moved on from one of the corners or safeties. But either way, like 53-man locks, Gilmore, Murph, Shaq. So you're good to go there. I think McLaughlin is a 53-man lock. Same thing with Evans in all likelihood, because I think that you're going to be hard-pressed to get them down through initial waivers onto the practice squad before you can protect them. But I think that veterans like Fabian Moreau, who they really like, as well as Duke Shelley, I think that they could get down to the practice squad, and if they get claimed, it is what it is, right? And also, like if Jay Ward sticks around, he does have safety and cornerback flexibility, although I want the pride of LSU to succeed, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Like Jay Ward at corner hasn't been great. But first order of business, Stephon Gilmore needs to apologize to Justin friggin' Jefferson for that shot that they put on him in the comeback game. But hey, if he comes in and plays alpha dog cornerback one type stuff, all will be forgiven. But here are 5 ways that Stephon Gilmore instantly improves the Vikings defense. Number 1, more press man island. So last year the Vikings played roughly 70% zone, and they're one of the highest percentage of zone teams in the league. Now, that was mainly because that's what they had the personnel to do. And they had to play a lot more zone versus press man. And Flores has always been more of a man coverage guy. And overall, like he talked about this offseason, that's what he wants to do more of. And the Vikings have made moves to try and get more all up in there, signing Shaq Griffin, now signing of Stephon Gilmore. And Gilmore, last year with the Cowboys, I mean, people throw shade at what he did last year because it's not the high-end stuff of what he did 2018, 2019, but it was still really damn good in Dallas. Plus, the Cowboys last season played the 4th most man coverage in the NFL, and Stephon Gilmore, I mean, he was that guy, especially after Trevon Diggs got injured. So instantly upgrades what the Vikings can do on the outside and is going to free up a lot more bandwidth on that defense. Number 2, more Murph in the slot. So that's the thing, too, where it instantly improves 2 spots, where Gilmore on the outside, Murphy in the slot. Now, Murph, through injuries throughout last season, had to play a lot more on the outside out of necessity, but he's much better suited to be in the slot. Murph's quarterback rating when thrown at drops 30 points when he's playing more inside versus the outside. And for the Vikings, you do have Gilmore and Griffin, 2 press man veteran corners on the outside, round the outside, as well as Murph in the slot. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, given the circumstances of what the Vikings have had to go through this offseason, this is not a bad situation to be rolling into the season with at all. So I love that Gilmore on the outside as well as Murph on the inside improves 2 spots. Number 3, more blitz looks. So last year, the Vikings led the league in blitz percentage, around 50%, but also a lot of those were zone blitz looks. Now, with Gilmore, locking up on the outside, Griffin on the other side, it frees you up to do a lot more things. Also, if the Vikings can consistently get more pressure up front with just 4 as opposed to sending 5 or 6, all of a sudden you got more guys dropping in coverage, and if you're more press man, you got more help over the top, and all of a sudden, if you're dropping 7 in coverage consistently, the middle of that field looks like there's 12 defenders out there to a lot of quarterbacks, especially Daniel Jones week 1. It's going to be great, baby. Baby, it's a wild world. Also, hey, here's Brian Flores seeing the tape of Daniel Jones yesterday and knowing that he gets to square off against DJ week 1. It's going to be good, man. But it is really going to open up what Flores is more comfortable doing, blitzing the hell and blitzing the bejesus out of opposing quarterbacks, as well as playing a lot of press man. Number 4, wide receiver 1 matchup flexibility. So, I mean, Gilmore, in his heyday, back in the day, like we said, he probably is well, if he's not the best press man corner, he's at least top 3, and he's not 3 of the last decade. But he's not that traveling, shadowing cornerback, wide receiver 1, belt buckle to belt buckle type guy anymore. But he does have that flexibility. He has done that from time to time. Notably, he did that last year twice for the Cowboys against A.J. Brown. But it does give the defense in Flores an extra wrinkle. It's like, hey, if we're facing an alpha receiver 1, we do have the flexibility to have Gilmore trail around, have Griffin move around, or use McLaughlin, Caleb Evans, etc. So it does give the Vikings more options. Lastly, number 5, aids the pass rush. So it's one of those things where, hey, it's a chicken or the egg situation. Does a really good pass rush make better corners? Does really good corners make better pass rush? And it is sort of one hand washing the other. Gilmore's not even on this, is he? But so the Vikings do have a prodigious pass rush in the front 7 with AVG, Diamond Dallas Turner, Jonathan Grenard, Levi Drake Rodriguez. All right. So also, is the fact that the Vikings cornerbacks, just like if they get like the extra half second of coverage, they're just like extra half second where the receivers aren't running free and the quarterback hesitates just that extra half second with a improved and more efficient pass rush, in addition to the corners covering that fraction of a second longer, all of a sudden it's going to be yum time for the Flores defense. Additional one, number 5, mentorship. So the Vikings defensive back room, a couple of young guys in there. Caleb Evans been doing the work. Dwight McLaughlin, working with Murph after practices, really trying to be a sponge to absorb all of that knowledge. And a guy like Gilmore, who, like we said, probably is on a path to the Hall of Fame, Defensive Player of the Year, won a Super Bowl. Like he has all this experience, all this knowledge, all these tips and tricks. So like all of these intangible things in spades. And I think that it's great that some of the young guys are going to be around Gilmore for a season and just completely absorb all of this. So also, I mean, could Gilmore be back next year too? I mean, if he continues to play at a high level, why the hell not? So we'll see. But we'll take it one season at a time. And overall, like, Flores has to be excited, man. He has to be ecstatic because Gilmore brings so much to the table, and I can't wait to see what Gilmore is going to do with this Vikings defense, elevate it even further. The Vikings are, I mean, Kwesi's on one, man. Kwesi's absolutely getting after it, and they're going for the pin. They ain't scared. They ain't tanking. They doing everything, man. But I love the Gilmore signing, man. But 5 ways that Stephon Gilmore instantly improves the Vikings defense in 2024. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. We'll support the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. Until next time, Skol, production value.